It wasn't me. Yes! What are we doing? Rebel and chill. Oh, I got it the first try. I didn't say rebel without a chill. Rebel without a kill. Wait, wrong show. Ooh, that'd make a good horror version. Rebel without a kill. Episode 9. So we have 4 episodes left. We are nearing the conclusion of season 1. Luckily, Netflix just launched season 2, so we can just segue right into that. I love episode 9 because 3 of my very best friends are in this episode. So without further ado, Rebel and Chill, episode 9. What is this episode called? How do I find that out? So it was like 2 weeks before the show actually came out. Producer of the show calls us and she's like, Matt, we need names for every episode. We're having a hard time. So I'm literally on a plane. I'm just like, episode 4 is that, put some random words on a page, and that's what it was. Got a little loose collar there. Someone should have told me to tighten it up a bit. That's like the first talk I've ever done. So the Mars Center for Discovery, they were host to the Globe and Mail Small Business Summit, and they have a lot of speakers and opportunities for small business people to meet large business people. And it was weird because I was only like a few months into actually owning a food truck, and they were like, hey Matt, why don't you come and talk about food trucks? Because there was a whole panel on heavily regulated industries. So one industry was, I think, green energy. The other one was mobile devices in Canada, and then food trucks. So it seemed like, I felt like I was a little bit like what could we put at number 3? These guys are dealing with like billion-dollar issues, and I'm just like, $7 sandwiches. How are food trucks as heavily regulated as green energy? Like, that's something that could impact the world, you know, and here we are talking about little old food trucks. If you were to take what was going on in the food truck community then, and then look at it now, 6 or 7 years later, vastly different as far as not just the policies, but even how food truck owners speak with the city directly. Like, we're not the Montagues and Capulets anymore. That was a nice little Romeo and Juliet reference, I thought. English degree. What was my English teacher? Miss Salvatore. Miss Salvatore, that was for you. If you're watching, her son just got married. God bless. He used to be able to do the funniest thing. He could play the Wheel of Fortune song by smacking his head. It was unbelievable. He would knock on the top of his head and change his, anyways, I'm going off topic. It's a funny story though, regardless. That was the first time I put a tie on. Yeah, I've always had a hard time with ties. I either look like it's too loose or I look like I'm about to pop. I liked where this event was going. What's cool is, you know, first thing of this episode, we're talking about how food trucks are heavily regulated and kind of just talking through all the motions of that. But then it went right into talking about this, you know, awards ceremony / food truck event called Awestruck, which I don't think they do it anymore, but when it was happening, it was great because it was an opportunity to recognize all the street food vendors that had put so much hard work and dedication operating in such a heavily regulated industry. Like, if someone were to tell you that you're about to open a business and the industry that you're getting into isn't actually legal or allowed, most people would be like, well, then I'm obviously not going to do it. I think food truck owners didn't care, and dispensaries also don't care. So it's kind of fun to see.
Have some caution tape or whatever around it.
The caution tape I never understood. You never really want to say, caution, eat here. Proceed with caution, sandwiches ahead. Same thing happened at Lisa Marie. Our landlords were redoing the front facade of our building. The scaffolding company put the scaffold up incorrectly, so the city came by and just wrapped our restaurant in caution tape. Honey, where should we go? Ooh, caution tape restaurant. 5 stars. Look at how I paused it. Look at the eyes. I look like I've literally ate a bottle of glue. Oh, man. Wow. I look like I'm coming out of the alleys of Toronto. Hello, children. Want a sandwich?
Not really a big football fanatic.
True, I'm not a bit. So I'm not one for football. The rules are constantly explained to me. I mean, I understand the concept of a touchdown and a tackle, and that's the extent of my football knowledge. But the food truck was asked to go to University of Toronto's Fall Classic, U of T versus York University. So my 3 closest friends in life are all big football fans. And I was like, you know what, I'd love to be able to get them on the show. They thought it was hilarious being on the show. It was great. It was a lot of fun. One of my friends, Devin, can't handle any spice, and I purposely put Scotch bonnets, and he was just leaking sweat from all of his orifices. That was weird. I called them my good boys. My good boys. We were gonna shoot this at Corey's place, but Corey lived with his mom at the time, I think. So we were like, maybe not the best thing. I lived with my mom at the time, so we're like, can't shoot it there either. So the people that worked on the show's sister, I think this was her condo, and we pretended it was Corey's. And Corey was like, welcome to my place, guys. Isn't it great? And I don't think we used a line, but Steve at one point goes, "Oh, Corey, you're doing really well for yourself." And he started making fun of the pillows on his couch. All they do is chirp me. Corey just laying it to me. Corey, your plate's a mess. Yeah, some asshole made me a messy sandwich. What a nice guy. It's true, so the four of us used to get together to watch football. They would watch the football, and I would be in the kitchen, who wants s'mores? I loved doing work with the University of Toronto. In fact, most of our best lunch services were done on the university. Just because the stadium had 5,000 seats didn't mean 5,000 people were gonna come. And then of those 5,000 people, how many were actually gonna eat? And then they have 10 trucks to, so like you start doing your fractional math and you're like, I might get 10 people now at the end of the day, right? At an event, about half the people will eat. So if 100 people go to an event, 50 people will probably end up eating something. And then of that 50, how many are gonna choose your truck or vendor booth or whatever versus the other ones? This was like a real attempt to just get people to know that the trucks were there. So that was supposed to be the entrance. So people with tickets, the 500 people that did come to this event, they actually rerouted the entrance to the other side of the stadium, and there was a pizza right there. So they were able to get a $3 slice of pizza on their way in instead. Duh. So I walked around all the food trucks, as long as they were cool with it. I grabbed 10 business cards from every truck. And the idea was like just to start throwing them in the crowds, and if you caught a card, you could go get a free item off that truck, just so people knew that trucks were there.
I can't get excited about breaking even.
That was a real emotion right there.
I guess it drove me.
Because I was being asked, are you excited about breaking even? You should be excited about breaking even. I was like, I'm furious right now.
For all these people have contributed over the past year.
Yeah, the caution tape is all over our truck in the background.
I've been nominated for that.
Like an idiot, just clapping with a cup in my hand. Ooh, the sad music is going. Da, 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 da. Who's it gonna be? Who's gonna win? Oh, I won! Look at the sweat stain on my armpits. Massive, massive sweat stain. Massive sweat stain on my armpit. Oh, give it a little dab. Half of it was just exhaustion. Yay, episode 9. Completo. Well, there you go, another episode in the bag. Episode 9 of Rebel and Without a Chill. I don't know, I can never get this. Thanks so much for watching. And if you like this little series, maybe check out The Real Thing on Netflix. Give it a star rating that's above 2.5. Just saying. Thanks so much, subscribe to the channel, leave a little like, and possibly a comment. And on next time, it's a great episode. It's my favorite episode. My favorite episode of the season. Minus one little part where Kai and I get in a fight. Anyways, it doesn't matter. See you next time. Goodbye. Goodbye. But wasn't there.